welcome to people here in Eindhoven, in the basement, in the underground movement that we are that we are in. Unfortunately, we have this room without windows today, and tomorrow we have another room also without windows. But I'm sure that your brightness will light the space. And also very much welcome to the people online. I see a lot of people cannot see you. Sorry, I was waving. So I see a lot of familiar names, so that's really great that you can be here. The focus of this workshop is, I think, clear, but I want to summarize it very briefly. So the story that we, with a few people in the ESIT project, are figuring out is the following. So you have the attention economy, so your cell phones making you a bit addictive, or make their other people's cell phone make other people more addictive. There are a lot of critiques to that, and that's these are good critiques. Very important. They clearly say that attention is narrowed down, but they are often quite problem-oriented, saying because of this, a lot of depressions arise, or how does it come that these apps make you addicted, etc., etc. But in the way there is written about these problems, it's not very much solution oriented, or maybe not as much as it could be. So what we have been doing is looking at the current critiques as sometimes a bit narrow, very important, but narrow, looking at autonomy and freedom, and maybe broaden that up of what is attention, what is it reduced from, which broad concept of attention is there, and if it is reduced to something narrow, what is then the broad one? If you think about solutions, and you maybe have to turn back to this broader concept. So that is the entire idea of the workshop, looking at this broad concept and trying to find out at the conceptual level, but also at the practical level, what this could be. And so I asked every speaker the same question, and that's this one. How should the concept of attention be conceptualized such that it can enable a better understanding of potential solutions for the current challenges of the attention economy? So thinking conceptually about what attention is, but also for a potential practical application in the attention economy. So this is a hybrid workshop. There are some people here present in person on campus. There are online. What we want to do is a few things. So focus on the conceptual and the applied, the understanding and creating a dynamic. So it's like an academic endeavor, but it's an urgent problem. So it might not be a problem that has some practical consequences. It's interdisciplinary, because when I read about attention in different fields, whether it's economy or law or philosophy or communication sciences, whatever, I think many people bump into the same issue, the same challenge, the narrow focus, and then the more broader, the need for a broader focus. And as far as I know, your I invited you because I think you're doing it. And so you are people who think more broadly, and people also online work on economy, on law, thinking about attention in a broader way. So the aim is also to bring people together in an intercultural way. So the focus is not only on Buddhism, not only on Western, but it's like mixing it up. Some people work more from a Western perspective, some from a Buddhist perspective, and I think both traditions have a rich knowledge base to give some important aspects to the discussion. There will be analysis, like what is this attention? What does it mean to be broad? But it's also synthesis of bringing things together. So I hope that in the discussion, people will see, okay, in economy this is happening, but it's really close to what I'm doing, so there might be more connections that I, in the first instance, thought. So that's my hope, that there is some dynamics being created. Except for this session and the last session, all other sessions are in this format. There will be a moderator for the first 5 minutes, saying why a particular subtopic of the discussion is important. There will be 2 speakers, and I ask the speakers to be brief, but very motivating in saying, okay, there are 15 minutes where you bring a very challenging idea that can provoke some discussion. There will be 2 speakers, there can be some clarifying questions, and then there is room for a lot of debate. 40 minutes, we are like several people here, so it might be not that everyone is always talking, so we have to moderate that a bit. But I'm very hopeful and trustful that if we do this like every block for 40 minutes, we will build up a debate during these 2 days. And then the moderator will conclude. So that's more or less the format of these sessions. And this is, you saw this is the program. So the people will be introduced properly in the different sections. But there's a focus on AI and technology. There's a focus on economy and business, on phenomenology, post-phenomenology, on ethics, on law, and on modernity, post-modernity. So these are a few topics. When I was making the program, I was aware that there are many more, but it's already a full program. So I think this is a good start to exploring things. We talk about attention, and your undivided attention is something precious. As we are quite many during the 2 days, we also made a board, and you see a picture here. I don't know, Ten, can you put the URL in the chat? So what you can do, but I leave you, it's up to you to stay tuned to the discussion and focus your entire attention to the discussion. If you have some ideas, you can also put them on the board. I think especially for the people online who are on their computer anyway, can put ideas there. People who are here can also do that. The link will be sent via the Teams chat. In advance, I want to thank all of you being present here, spending 2 days of your attention to this discussion, which is great. Also the moderators and the speakers in particular. Kate, Tijn, and Philippe. Philippe is not here, but has been doing the website. So Tijn is the technical support. Very happy that he is here. I'm very nervous about all these things and how they can go wrong, but Tijn helps out pretty well. And Kate, humble in the back, doing a lot of support on the administration side. And then the sponsors. So there is the Eindhoven Center for Philosophy of Artificial Intelligence. That's within our philosophy group. There is the Eindhoven AI Systems Institute, and there is the Ethics of Socially Disruptive Technologies project, which is a huge project of 5 universities looking at socially disruptive technologies, and of which we, with a group of attention economy, look at Buddhist ethics to discuss this. And so what is happening here is really like a part of what the work that has been done in that group. So that's my story. I don't know if anyone has questions, also practical questions for the setup, also the people online, maybe questions. If not, that's great. Then I would like to introduce you the 2 speakers. The first is Alex Agius Saliba, and I see that you are online. Yeah. So Alex is a member of European Parliament. He's from the group of the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament from Malta. And he was involved in the recent discussions where the European Parliament made recommendations to the European Commission, and he will tell more about that, how he sees the challenges they had to overcome to do this, but also what he sees as the next steps. And I think that's very important input for us to see how this is, how we can tune into what is important there. And the next speaker of this session is Peter Hershop. Peter is here present in person from the East-West Center in Honolulu, Hawaii. So he will speak later. So without further ado, I will give the word to Alex